In today's episode, we return to the areas we found from our last video where we were scouting in the Ouachita Mountains. Our goal this week is to catch those areas with the right circumstances, with the right light. We also decide to take advantage of this trip to do a little bit more scouting for future trips. We find one set of overlooks that's just amazing. If you're new to the channel and you like all things landscape photography, want to learn with us, or if you just enjoy visiting new wilderness areas, exploring new wilderness areas, then you'll love these videos. If you haven't clicked subscribe yet, be sure to click subscribe below, and if you like this video at the end, be sure to click the like button. Hey, good morning. So we are back on our second trip to the Shady Lake area in Arkansas. We're at a different location actually. We're about an hour from Shady Lake. So this is our second trip back. In our previous video, if you haven't watched that, go check it out. It's probably our last video where we visited Shady Lake, Arkansas. It's the fall, of course, and we're trying to catch some of the fall colors. We might get some. I think we're just about at the right time. We'll see. But in our last trip, we visited Shady Lake, got to look around when exploring, and we found a little place called Cossatot Falls. Somebody correct me if I got that wrong in the comments, but beautiful place, beautiful place. So we decided to come back. It's a few weeks later now, and we're back. We got a few shots last time, but they were basically just test shots. We didn't get all set up, didn't get our right filters on, and didn't catch the right light. So the wife and I got here last night. We got real late, so we did not get up this morning to catch the sunlight, but we're hoping to catch this little area either at sunrise or sunset tonight or tomorrow. So we've got a few snapshots from the last video, but they weren't keepers really. We're here to try to get some keepers out of this. Hopefully we'll find a few beautiful scenes, but it's an amazing place, beautiful place. We missed the sunrise this morning, but it's still beautiful. Check it out behind me. So since we missed the sunrise, we're probably going to go exploring somewhere else today, see what we can't find. We may visit Little Missouri Falls or Mena, Arkansas, that area. Check it out and see what other kind of scenes or places we can find. Just go exploring, you know. And then we're going to come back either at sunset or sunrise tomorrow to this area and hopefully get some good shots. The one thing I like about this area, if you look real closely, you'll see these beautiful rocks. Now these are cascades, and they're just layers upon layers upon layers of rocks throughout the river here, and they almost make like a Lord of the Rings type look. I mean, very kind of neat colors, dark colors, gray colors, just kind of really neat colors and just really neat style of rocks. And we'll show you more of that later on today as we start looking for scenes in this area. But right now I am supposed to be paying and I snuck out to the river. Wife is still in bed, so I'm supposed to be paying for the campsite and then coming back to wake her up, and we're gonna have some coffee. We're gonna go for a ride and look around. Man, it's just beautiful over here. All right, so we better head back. Wife is probably worried about now. She probably doesn't know where I'm at. She's feeling all alone out in the middle of this woods. It's only a few spots out here, and it's a long way out in the woods. Nice little dirt road, good little drive. I better get back. I did have time to capture one photo while I was standing there. Check out this beautiful scene. right, so hey, we're loaded up. The wife is awake. We've sat down, had a good cup of coffee, had a little bit of fruit for vegetables, had a little bit of fruit for breakfast. Gonna go exploring, see what we can't find. How'd you sleep last night, babe?
Kind of okay.
Okay.
It's my first time in the tent.
So last night was her first night in the tent. So I haven't been in a tent myself in probably, I don't know, 20, 30 years. So it was pretty rough, but hey, we'll get used to it. We're getting old, at least I am. But it wasn't too bad. The RV is definitely more comfortable. But man, it was beautiful here last night. The stars,
Very
the
nice
skies.
area.
Yeah, the area is just really nice.
Very pretty.
Very pretty area. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take off. Are you ready to go, sweetie? Got everything?
Yes.
All right, cool. So we're gonna take off. Time to go. It's right here. All right, so hey, we've been driving most of the day. We've ended up at Queen Wilhelmina. I think I said that correct. If not, correct me in the comments below. But Queen Wilhelmina Federal Park or State Park, I forget which. But it's a beautiful area. So we're at a what's called Grand View Lookout. So it's a Grand View Lookout. It's right off the edge of the road. So hey, no hiking for me today. But I have to apologize for all the cars and the engines. You're probably going to hear a good bit while I'm here. So, but it's a nice little lookout. So it's not like this popping spectacular view, but it is pretty. And I like the simpleness of it. It's just layers of rolling hills or mountains, kind of like Smoky Mountains, but a little bit smaller. And there's a haze covering the mountains. There's going to be a nice sunset. But I think the simpleness of it, the layers of different shades of color and just the simple rolling hills, it's kind of more like an abstract picture, perhaps. I think it's going to make a simplistic photo with mainly focusing on different shades of the color and the rolling hills. So kind of an abstract picture, more than likely. So hopefully it's going to turn out good. That's what I'm hoping to capture. So check it out here. Let me show you exactly what I mean. So you'll see here, you've got just layer upon layer of hills or mountains. There's 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 layers there. You'll see a little lake off in the distance and the sun setting there. So different layers of color there because of the haze and the distance. I think it's going to make a nice panorama. So we're going to shoot a panorama. Panorama. Now, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that. I may do 5 or 6 wide and leave it at that. I may zoom in a little bit more, do 5 or 6 wide, and then do like 2 or 3 deep. Probably just 2 deep. I think I'll probably shoot both. We'll see how it goes. But hopefully it's going to capture the beauty out here. It is gorgeous. So hopefully I do a good job of capturing it. Right now, we're just sitting here waiting on the sun to go down, waiting for the light to get just right so I can take the shots. So I got the camera over here sitting, waiting to go. Got it all lined up. I think I have the shot or composition I want to do. Just waiting on the light. Now, not only am I going to do a panorama, but I'm also going to do some bracketed shots. Now, the lighting here, of course, with the sunset, I'm going to have to bracket it so I can capture what's in the shadows, and then I'm going to have to take it, the exposure down lower so we can actually capture the sun itself. So it's going to be bracketed shots, and I'm going to do 5 or 6 across and 1 or 2 down, maybe both. So hopefully it's going to turn out pretty nice. There she goes. There's my wife. So I've been taking pictures of the landscape. She's got a new camera. She's got a EOS RP, I think. She just got it. I've got her hooked on photography. I didn't think it was ever going to happen, but I've got her hooked from that last trip. So I am so happy to see her enjoying it. I think she is going to be either a street photographer or portrait photographer. I'm sitting here taking pictures of the landscape and she is taking pictures of me. Either me or she's taking a picture of the road, which is actually really cool. She's got a really nice S-curve picture of the road going down the mountain. So not too bad. She's getting really good at it. She's learning. She's having fun, I hope. So we're gonna sit here, wait for that light to get just right, take those shots. Hope you enjoy it. So I was able to actually capture a time lapse of the sun setting. One of the things I wanted to show you is the different shades of color you'll see as the sun slowly moves towards the horizon. You start with a regular daylight scene with more of browns and less oranges, and as you get into the golden hour, you're going to see everything start to turn more of a golden orange. And then it will slowly transition into the blue hour, where the sky will be more blue and the clouds will start lighting up in orange and yellow. So one of the reasons I wanted to show you this is it always pays off to stay past sunset. Some of these photos here are taken after sunset and turned out to be the most beautiful. All right, good morning. So it's the next day, as you can probably tell. It's in the morning. We had a good time last night watching that sunset. Hopefully we had a few pictures. You just saw it turned out pretty nice. We are kind of rushing this morning because we stayed up late fighting critters, and our alarm clock didn't go off this morning, but no big deal. We're still in time. Just gotta rush a little bit more than usual, but no big deal. So we're at Cossatot River this morning. We're back at the same spot I mentioned earlier in the video. It is almost sunrise. We're gonna see what we can't find. Whew, it is cold. Talk about cold. So we're back at the river. It is almost sunrise. Pretty cold out here, but man, that river is beautiful. That river is beautiful. Sun hasn't quite risen yet. So we're gonna go to the main trail and see if we can't hike out on the rocks. That's what we really like. These rocks have a lot of neat formations. So we're gonna hike out on the river, try to walk across these rocks. The trail, there's two trails. One leads downriver, one leads right up to the river, to the rocks, to the Cascades. We're gonna try to climb out on the Cascades. I'm out of shape. We're gonna try to climb out on the Cascade, or rather on the rocks. And the river's kind of low this time of year, I think. Not too bad, I guess. We're gonna try to climb out on the rocks and see what kind of compositions we can't find. Look at the colors in these leaves, babe. All right, man, that is one heck of a hike across these rocks. I fell down twice, ended up in the water. Luckily, I know how to fall on your butt. Oh man, it's nice out here. It's so beautiful. It's worth it. It's worth the trouble, boy. It is worth it. So I have one scene set up here. It's the sun rising over the mountain here. It's lit up this right side of the mountains, and it's lit up the clouds that are covering this river. So I'm almost right in the middle of this river out on the rocks, basically. So it's a really, really beautiful scene. Pretty much similar scene that I took in the last video. Hopefully a little better lighting, a little better with a circular filter on there, kind of cut off some of the shine on the water, although not all of it. So hopefully this one's gonna turn out a lot better. I'm gonna do a focus stack. I've got this here, let me show you. So I've basically got this rock here in the foreground, and then I've got the river running up to the mountains where they meet in the middle. You can see the sun shining on that mountain to the right, and you can see the clouds are lit up by the sun. So this rock in the foreground, I'm gonna have to focus stack it. So I'll take one picture up here. I got it on 2-second timer. Now I'm at F, let's see here. I'm at F13, 1/8, shutter speed, 100 ISO. Now I'm gonna go towards the middle here. I may do 4. Probably not needed, probably not warranted, but I'm gonna do 4 just to be safe. So I'm focus stacking and I'm bracketing also because of the high range of light. I could probably get it one exposure, but hey, why not? Why not be extra careful? Go to all this trouble to get out here. We want to get the shot. All right. So hey, you know, I think that will do it. That should do it. That is a beautiful shot. I'm gonna sit here and watch the light and see if it changes much. See how much more is lit up. If I could get these other trees to the right here, especially some of these oranger, yellowish trees, if the light hits that, oh, it's gonna be beautiful. I'm gonna sit here and wait for that. I also, man, and you just gotta love this river. I also may turn around and do this shot right behind me. Check this out. So you can see here, I've got the Cascades right behind me, and the light's coming up on these trees, lighting those trees up. So I may turn around and actually get this shot too. These are the 2 shots I was looking at last time when I came. I find that both of these are beautiful. With these Cascades flowing up towards the trees that are lit up by the sun, I think it's gonna be beautiful. I may do that, I may get this shot. Oh man, woo, what a fella would do for a shot, for a beautiful picture. Man, it's work sometimes, oh my gosh, but man, it's worth it. Woo, this is beautiful. So I'm sitting on pretty much on a pointed slab on a rock. I had to climb up here. It's not too tall or anything, but quite an incline for somebody of my girth, my large size. So I turned around trying to catch these rapids with the sun shining on the trees behind them. And the sun might come down and hit the rapids here soon too. I'm not sure how that's going to turn out. But right now I've got the Cascades set up, and my main focus is the Cascades. The trees in the background add a little color, but the main focus is the actual Cascades themselves and the rocks that surround them. The water on the rocks make this dark, moody look. I don't know how to describe it. It's just a really dark, moody look on the rocks, and then the rocks slowly turn into kind of a grayish color. and the rocks are so smooth. The rocks have been smoothed out, and I assume that's probably because this is shallow compared to certain times of the year, right? So I imagine that is why the rocks are so smooth. Usually the water is running probably right over the rocks and smoothing them out. So, man, I could sit here all day and just listen to this, man. It's just so relaxing. It's a beautiful area. I may sit here and sunbathe like a turtle on a rock. But so I've got it set up to again F13. I'm not going to focus stack it this time. I do have a half a second shutter speed on it to smooth that water out, and I am also bracketing the shot. May not necessarily need to, but I like to, so I can have my pick of speeds on the shutter speed on the water, but also just to be safe so I don't have anything blown out, I'll go ahead and do that. Here, let me show you this one scene though. I'm gonna take a shot while the sun's hitting it. So here I have this rock here kind of going up and pointing to this cascade. So might make kind of a leading line pointing to this cascade. And I've got this middle of this cascade right there, dead center in the photo. And that's the main subject, is this cascade. And I was hoping to get more. There's a pool way back here, a pool of water way back here. And it's pretty, and I kind of wanted to include it in the scene, but my clouds went away. I have nothing but just a clear blue sky, no clouds whatsoever. The clouds were there, and they were being lit up orange by the sun, and by the time I got set up, man, they're gone. That just goes to show how fleeting things can be. So I had to change the composition up. I had to change the composition up a little bit to kind of get rid of the sky. Hopefully I did a good job there. I feel like something's lacking here. I'm just not quite sure. I like the way this rock here kind of moves out and points towards the cascade. I like the way this rock comes up and points towards this waterfall here, the cascade. I kind of like that there. And to me, just the waterfall itself, the small cascade itself, it's just beautiful. I really love it. So I'm just going to focus pretty much to infinity. I'm going to focus on that rock right there. And half a second, 6/10, shutter speed, F13, ISO 100. All right, so let's see. Oh yeah, I think I can work with that. I'm gonna drop it down just a tail exposure. Try that one more time. Let me overexpose just a little bit. The sun coming out. I'm gonna up my aperture, or rather, I'm gonna close down my aperture f/16. It's gotten a lot brighter than when I set this up. Let's see if I can get that water just right. I like it as f/16. I like it at half a second. Let's see if that's gonna overexpose. It might. We'll try it out. I think that'll be good. That's my shot right there, half a second. Still a little bit over. I think that's gonna be fine. I can work with that. I'm gonna do one more just to be safe. F18. And my main shot is right there. Yep. I like that water. I think that's going to do it. So yeah, I like that one. I think that's going to do it. That's going to be a good shot there. Boy, it is beautiful. My wife sitting over here looking at a different viewpoint of it, sitting back and relaxing too. Hopefully she's having a good time. Oh yeah, so that shot should do. I think that's going to be pretty. Let me know what you think. Hopefully you'll like that. I think this is going to turn out well. You just never know till you get it into the Lightroom or Photoshop and see though. But I got a good feeling about this one, so I think it's going to turn out pretty. So we're going to start packing up and start trying to get out of these rocks here, get back to camp. I think we're going to go home today, so we got to pack up the tent and drive home. We're good 4 or 5 hours from where we actually live in Texas. So we're in the Ouachita Mountains, and we're at Cossatot River. It's a very, very beautiful river. I highly recommend, if you haven't been here, come check it out. So it's mainly tent camping. There's no RVs, but it's well worth it. Yeah, it's kind of rough in the fall and winter because it's cold, but it is worth it. I'm sitting here with wet feet from falling down and landing in the water, and feet slipping in the water. About 40 degrees, but hey man, I'm having a good time. It's worth it. Oh goodness. So yeah, we're gonna try to capture maybe one more photo on the way out. If so, I'll put it up on the screen too. I just wanted to, if you made it this far in the video, I just want to say thank you for watching. We really appreciate you. People like you watching and coming back, it's a big help to us, and we hope you enjoy the videos. We hope that you get some enjoyment out of it. That's one of our main goals, is to let you see our adventures, get some, hopefully enjoy the beautiful scenery, and maybe learn a little bit as we learn. So I hope people are getting that. So if you made it this far, hey, just thank you. If it's your first time, please click that subscribe button below. That really helps us out a lot. We really appreciate it. And if you like this video, click the like button. That helps us out a lot. And let other people know about us, pointing our way. Better pack up and start working our way across these rocks again. Don't want to get in any hurry. I might break an ankle, so got to be very careful. Hey, thanks for joining. We'll see you again next time. Bye.